Hello, Lisa with Sacred Living here with your reading for the week, Sunday, August 20th through the 27th. And I'm going to do something new today. I am at the end, as always, going to share with you your specific angels that are going to help you depending on which one resonates with you. So you can be thinking about whether you resonate with Archangel number 1, Archangel number 2, or Archangel number 3, and I'll have those messages for you at the end. And then the other thing I'm doing today is I am taking the Energy and Spirit Oracle, which hasn't been out in a while, combining with my regular angel cards. And I'm going to take a look at the karmic and akashic influences that people will be interacting with this week. And then at the end, we'll have your specific angels that will support your journey. So the first card that came up is your talent guides. And so one of the things that is pretty steady across different lifetimes is we have lots of the same talents and abilities. So if you are a writer in one life, lots of times that comes through and you find that it's almost like you never forgot how to write. There might be a process involved with it, but it comes very natural. It's not something you have to work at. Or it might be gardening that you take to with just amazing understanding of just how to grow seeds and how the different plants interact with each other. Or perhaps it's music or art or the sciences. And so there is something with that. But the angel card that came up with this is upside down. So there was some kind of, if this is really speaking to you in particular, there's some kind of barrier that happened in a different time that made you feel like it was going to be a no-go. So sometimes what happens is if you have a bad outcome with something that you're trying to do in a past life, sometimes there's just a huge anxiety about it in this lifetime, and there's the idea that there's no money to be had, or I'm going to go broke, or my family's going to starve, because maybe they did. It's really important to remember that there are lots of different reasons why that would have happened in a different time, but not this time. We have a lot greater freedom to say what we think, to write what we think, and to do what we think is right. There isn't the vulnerability to the thought of the day and whatnot. We have a lot more freedom anyway. So that is something to be thinking of, is don't give in to the anxiety of really establishing yourself with some of your talents and abilities that you came here to do. So the next card that came up with the Energy and Spirit Oracle was this prosperity card. And as I looked at it and I was saying, okay, but what does this mean for all of the different people involved? The card really seemed to kind of morph and change, and different parts of it would come alive. So in the one corner, I really saw what looked like wisteria coming to life, and how if you'd had a past life where you were downstate, how perhaps you just have a general allergy to wisteria because maybe there was a bad lifetime and the smell of wisteria, and bam, your soul remembers bad with wisteria. Excuse me. When there is nothing bad or dangerous in this lifetime with wisteria, it's just a really pretty purple flower. So sometimes we have to really clear those things out. One of the other things that was really bright to me was the castle. And the castle didn't look like it was intact. It looked like it had been completely attacked. And so sometimes we have a real fear of our home being invaded, and we can't really put our finger on it. But in the past, it had been that our home was taken over, and there's so many different ways and reasons that that could have happened. So for sure, that's something to keep in mind with how do we contemplate our security. And the angel power card came up with that. And so she had, in my observation, a really tight grip on the resource that she was sending out into the universe to exude her power outwards. And that's something to be thinking about, is how are these past life influences really in the way or coloring my vision about what is possible for me to create and what is safe and secure for me in this lifetime. The last card that I pulled out was Your Eternal Spirit. And to me, this card is often all about the vibes that she's putting out. Vibes, 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 vibes. So what kind of influence and what kind of wave are you creating energetically in this world? And so the Angel Focus card came out with that. And so lots of times this band of roses often looks like a rosary to me, as if it's a specific prayer. So if you in different lifetimes were a monk, if you were a healer, you know, what kind of frequency are you used to putting out? And how are you bringing that forward into this lifetime? And sometimes what happens when I see this focus card too is it looks almost like this angel has one wing folded behind its back. So it's like, are you at the mercy of what you thought was possible from different lifetimes? Are you only doing half of what you're capable of? So you can ask your spirit guides, the ones that have been often with us for several lifetimes, to help you to unfold your talents and abilities anywhere where they are limited in any such a fashion. So I thought that would be fun to do that a little bit differently this week. If you had Archangel number 1, you have Archangel Jeremiah. No big surprise. If he is the angel who is in charge of life reviews, this isn't his first rodeo with us. How do we connect the dots with all of the things that we're afraid of, with the things that we have been through in this lifetime and the others? So he can help us to become aware of any kind of Akashic record, hitching the giddy up, either through dream time or meditation or finding a past life reader. So he says, take inventory of your life and resolve to change and heal anything that is out of balance. All right, if you had Archangel number 2, you have Archangel Raguel talking about divine order, and this card came up upside down. So the words are, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. So sometimes when we have had really tough events go on, we have a real predisposition, because, you know, we're hardwired to not like pain. We have a predisposition to think that things are out of order and not as they should be. So many of us believe that we came to this plane of existence so as to experience different opportunities so that we could grow different characteristics inside of ourselves. So the more we can see that life is exactly how it needs to be, the more adept we are at navigating some of the twists and turns. So then if you had Archangel number 3, dun, 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 Archangel Raguel again, helping us with clairsentience. And Archangel Raguel is a huge, huge bringer of harmony. He's kind of like that angelic air traffic controller, where he's like got all of these different realms that he's working in, all of these different dimensions, and here's all of the groups of angels and spirit guides and all of the things, and here's how we make things work. So asking Archangel Raguel to help us to have what we need and with all of the systems is a great benefit, as well as helping us to see harmony. Also, clairsentience is that just clear knowing. And sometimes I find that a lot more men than women are clairsentient, where it's just this common sense that they have, and they just wonder why everyone is so darn stupid. And then for those that I can have that conversation with, I remind them that not everyone is clairsentient, where they just know what's going on. So I have a girlfriend for years that it's been my joke to call her up, ask her a question, she gives me the answer, and she's like, okay, now what did you ask me? Because she just knows. And so that is something to be mindful of. If you are really, really bothered by stupid, chances are pretty good Archangel Raguel is with you, helping you understand your gift of clairsentience. So that is your message for the week. I hope it speaks to you and guides you through your week, helps you be aware of some of the energies that are impacting you on a day-to-day basis. And if you are looking to book your own reading, you can do so. How to do that is in the About section on YouTube. And you can reach out to me on Facebook Messenger if that's easier. Take good care, everyone. Have a good week.